Hey, good morning, Gathering family. Um, Man, wasn't yesterday awesome? What a great day. Getting to hear the testimony from Les. You can go hear that on our YouTube channel. And just talking through Romans chapter 11, we talk about remnants. Sometimes we aren't quite sure what to do with that word. And so I thought this morning maybe we just dive a little bit deeper into what it means to be a part of a remnant. Number one, it means we're not alone, right? It means that we've got people in the remnant with us. You think about like a remnant of fabric or carpet. Sometimes remnants are those things that get thrown away. It's like they don't fit anymore. And God takes those pieces and he puts them together and he forms a community with those pieces. And I love it. We're still useful to the master. There's so much hope in that, right? And sneak peek, this Christmas, our series for December is going to be called The Island of Misfit Toys, right? So like even thinking about the concept of remnant, like those misfit toys were remnants, and he's got a plan for us. And speaking of plan, right? John 10:10, the thief comes to steal, kill, and destroy. That's his purpose. But Jesus said, I've come to give you life and life to the full. I was having a conversation after the service with someone who is in the military, and we were talking about that. He was just sharing with me that's actually part of the enemy's strategy in war, is to separate and isolate, to get you alone by yourself, surrounded by the enemy and cut off from any support. And when you think about Elijah, we were looking at that story yesterday. What happened to him after Mount Carmel? Well, he's alone. He's in a cave, and he starts to hear these voices, these thoughts in his head, like I'm the only one. And sometimes we talked yesterday about pride. We can take pride in, well, I'm the only one. But if you really start to go all the way with that pride quickly turns into despair, because nobody wants to be the only one. We weren't made to be the only one. We were made to be a part of community. And that brings freedom, which this morning when I was thinking about John 10:10, I just looked at some of the context ahead of it. And at the beginning of that chapter, Jesus is talking about, the sheep and the good shepherd. But then he goes on to say this in verse 7. I tell you the truth, I am the gate for the sheep. All who came before me were thieves and robbers, but the true sheep did not listen to them. And he's talking about the remnant there, right? Yes, I am the gate. Now listen to this. Those who come in through me will be saved. They will come and go freely and will find good pastures. The thief's purpose, he says, is to steal and kill and destroy. My purpose is to give them, plural, a rich and satisfying life. I'm not sure why I've never noticed that before, but that phrase right before John 10:10, when he says, they will come and go freely and will find good pastures. I think digging in a little deeper to what we talked about yesterday, you can see how Elijah is in that cave, right? And he wasn't free. And God's plan for you and I is that we would come and go freely. Jesus doesn't want to save us and then lock us up so that our enemy can never get to us. He wants us to be able to come and go freely through the gate that he is. He wants us to find good pastures. And when we are part of a community, right, we have strength in numbers. We know we're not alone. We're not going to be cut off so that the enemy can steal and kill and destroy us. When we know that we're together and we know that together we're following a good shepherd, do you feel the freedom in that? We can come and go freely. We can find good pastures. And I just want to encourage you today, man, find somebody in our body and reach out to them. Well, just send a simple text. Hey, I'm praying for you today. You are not alone. I heard the testimony yesterday and I thought of you, that I know you're in a really bad spot. And I just want you to know that God sees you and I see you and I'm with you. Why don't you send somebody an encouraging text today? And as we do that, it just builds that fellowship even more. And it allows us all to know that we're not the only ones and we're not going to be destroyed by persecution. And this pain that we're feeling right now, it's not going to last forever. And others who have felt it have survived it, so we can too. I hope you have a great Monday, and I hope that this week is full of good pastures for you, that you find yourself coming and going freely. We'll see you Wednesday night.